I am continuing to share my screen with cards that are contrasting sounds. And we're talking about here long versus short sound. And another set of cards. Let me share my screen with you. I'm going to basically pronounce, here I'm pronouncing the difference between the long E and the short E. Notice that the long E, the only difference between the two words, well, one is capitalized and one's not. But I'm talking about as far as sound, everything, is one contains the E at the end, the other doesn't. Okay, but these are names, so that's why you have the P capitalized R and uppercase versus the other P no. Also, I'll continue telling you if these words are important words in the English language. Pete, eat, pet, meet, met. Met is important because it is the past tense form of the verb to meet. M-E-E-T, not M-E-T, not M-E-T-E, but M-E-E-T, to meet. That's the past tense. The past tense of that verb is met. Mead, med, mold, mod, coat, cot. Be careful, this C-O-T-E is not the same coat that you put on in the wintertime. That's C-O-A-T. Coke, cock, be very careful of that word cock. It has now taken on a vulgar meaning. I think it's a male chicken or something. But it didn't, but I'm doing it for sound, that's all. That's all. But you have to be careful using that word because the first thing that comes to most people's mind if you use that word is not the male chicken. They will it's the vulgar. Yeah, it is a male chicken because you can have a cockfight. And a cockfight has nothing to do with vulgarity. It's two male chickens fighting each other, a cockfight. You know, I think it's against the law in the United States, but I think it's very popular in some countries. I think in Latin America it's very popular. I think it's cruel having those two chickens fight each other. I think to the death. Stoke, stock, roke, rock, robe, rob, moat, mot, toke, talk. Some of these words, I'm doing them basically for the sound. They're not the most important words in the language. Bloke, that's British English for a guy, a man. Block. Block is not the most important, but it's good to know. Tote, tot. Poke, pock. Mope, mop. Both are good to know. Mope and mop, good to know. Hope, hop, both words are good to know. Note, not is not, note is good to know, but not is extremely important. That's how you make a word negative. I cannot, I will not, I do not, and it has its own rules. Cope, cop, bony, bonnie, nah. Dote, dot, rose, Ross, mute, mutt, root, rut, use, us. Now, really, I don't know how to pronounce that word. It could be use or it could be use because that is a homograph. So the S could be either pronounced like an S or the S can be pronounced like a Z. So I'm just going to say use, us, or I could say use, us. Notice the short U. There are a number of short U sounds. Luke, luck. Luck is, yeah, I don't have much luck. You use it a lot. Jute, jut. Truce, truck, truck, yes. In Spanish it's camión. It's not troque. That's Spanglish. Cute, cut. Cut is important. Also, it's irregular. Cut is the simple participle, simple form, cut, infinitive, to cut, and past tense, cut, 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 cut. Cube, cub, tube, tub, crude, crud, tune, ton, Pete, once again, we're back to Pete and Pet, and from the other cards, lake and lack. Okay, so here what we have been doing with the first with this set and the set prior is contrasting the long versus the short sound. Sometimes no problem, other times it can twist you. You can get your tongue twisted because it's hard to pronounce one word right after the other. So this is Coralla Ficklin McLean at welcome, WYLCOME, welcome.com. I appreciate if you share my videos. I appreciate if you subscribe. And I'm going to stop sharing, as I always do. And I wish you a good day. And come back. We'll share more videos. I'm going to do videos, not just on sound. I'm going to do videos on, I'm going to do a lot of videos on Spanish. I want to get the English out of the way, or at least a good part of it, because I have hundreds and hundreds of cards. So I want to get at least the parts, a good part of the English out of the way. I have English pronunciation, I have English expressions, I have English grammar, I have English rules, and all of this is good, especially if you're going to teach English, and especially if you're going to go abroad and you want to live off of the ESL classes that you teach. In the beginning, they pay you low, like $10, $12 an hour. But you can, because I did it, and I'm talking about this is in the 80s and 90s, but you can make a lot more if you really know your language, and you're able to explain. Word gets around, and it gets around to people who really need good English teacher, because they must learn English. In some countries, if you don't speak English, good English, the less accent, the better. You can't go anywhere. So once again, Coralla Ficklin McLean, welcome, WYLCOME.com, and have a great day. Bye.